Okay, now, of course, this is also change of entropy when ice changes into the steam. In the previous class, we discussed the change of entropy of a perfect gas, maybe an ideal gas. That is a change in entropy in terms of temperature and pressure, and temperature and value, and pressure and value we discussed. Now, in this concept, how entropy changes when ice changes into the steam. So we know ice is a solid state, steam is a gaseous state. We know when the temperature, that heat energy is given to the ice, it changes into the water, and after when we give another heat, some of the heat to the water, it changes into the vapor, that is in the steam case. So in these three steps, how the entropy changes our air, how the entropy changes into the steam. You see in this diagram, this is solid state, that is ice. When we give some heat energy, it is changed into the liquid state, that is water. Even though we are giving some heat energy, it is going to the vapor state. And of course, it is happening in the reverse direction also. When some heat is absorbed from the vapor, it is going into the liquid state. From again, some of the heat energy is absorbed from the water, it is going into the solid state. So this is called reversible process. Already we discussed in the examples of the reversible process. Our aim is, in this case, that is change in entropy when ice changes into the state. So directly we don't go on to explain this change in entropy when ice changes into the state. Initially, we want to remember different steps how ice is changing into the state. That is, firstly, to understand this, two definitions is must. One is the specific heat, and the second one is latent heat. One is specific heat, and the second one is latent heat. Those two are compulsory to understand this. These two are compulsory to understand this. What is the specific heat? Specific heat is nothing but, we know, an amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of 1 degree Celsius per unit mass. That is called specific heat. You see here, this is specific heat. C is equal to, that's the dq is amount of heat required. How much? This dt is a change in temperature. M is the mass. We know for any definition, the denominator is taken into the 1 unit. So that this is m is 1 kg or 1 gram, dt is 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin. So the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 degree Celsius per unit mass is equal to specific heat. So specific heat is used in this principle to raise the temperature only. In this case, there is no change of state occurs. చూడండి, ఇందులో టెంపరేచర్ పెరుగుతుంది కానీ స్టేట్ మారదు. సాలిడ్ స్టేట్ నుంచి లిక్విడ్ స్టేట్ కానీ, లిక్విడ్ స్టేట్ నుంచి గ్యాసియస్ స్టేట్ కానీ మారదు. టెంపరేచర్ మాత్రమే పెరగాలి అంటే స్పెసిఫిక్ హీట్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ ప్రకారం మనం హీట్ ఎనర్జీ ఇవ్వాలి. హౌ మచ్ హీట్ ఎనర్జీ గివెన్? దట్ ఇస్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ హీట్ రిక్వైర్డ్ టు రైజ్ ద టెంపరేచర్ బై డిటి ఈజ్ dq is equal to mc dt. When a temperature dt పెంచాలంటే ఎంత హీట్ ఇవ్వాలి? That is dq is equal to mc dt. That is an amount of heat required to raise the temperature by 1 dt Kelvin. That is the one. And what about latent heat? Latent heat is used when the substance is going to change of state. When the substance is going to change of state. So that is that an amount of heat required, that is an amount of heat required to change the state at constant temperature for unit mass is called latent heat. Latent heat లో ఎక్కడ కూడా టెంపరేచర్ మారదు, కానీ కొంత హీట్ కావాలి. సో ఉదాహరణకి ఐస్ పీసెస్ తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, ఐస్ 0 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ వద్దే ఉంటుంది. దానికి మనం హీట్ ఎనర్జీ ఇస్తే టెంపరేచర్ ఏం మారదు, 0 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ వద్ద అలాగే ఉంటుంది, కానీ ఐస్ వాటర్గా మారుతుంది. దట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రిన్సిపల్ బిహైండ్ దట్ ఈస్ లేటెంట్ హీట్. సో లేటెంట్ హీట్ ఈస్ ఈక్వల్ టు an amount of heat required to change the state per unit mass of the material at constant temperature. That is called latent heat. So to change the state, an amount of heat required, that is dq is equal to m into n. This formula is very important. These two formulas, dq is equal to mc dt and dq is equal to ml. These two forms are very, very important. When the temperature only increases, dq is equal to mc dt will be used. When constant temperature, when the change of state occurs, dq is equal to ml is required. Okay, next. Now let us assume one of the example, the ice is at minus 50 degrees Celsius. ఎక్కడ ఉంది ఐస్ minus 50 degrees Celsius లో ఉంది. So this how ice, how it will change into the vapor, we will discuss now. That is the different steps in changing ice into steam as follows. Initially, this is in solid state, but at minus 50 degrees Celsius. So when we give heat energy to these ice blocks, then what happens? These are the ice blocks. This is the thermometer to measure the temperature. This is the stand. This is the Bunsen burner to give heat energy to the ice blocks. Initially, this is at minus 15 degrees Celsius. When we give heat energy to these ice blocks, the temperature is changing from minus 15 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius. But ice blocks cannot change this state. మనం ఎంత హీట్ ఇచ్చినా దాని యొక్క టెంపరేచరు minus 15 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ నుంచి 0 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ వరకు పెరగడానికి ప్రయత్నిస్తుందే తప్ప బిలో 0 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ చేంజ్ ఆఫ్ స్టేట్ డస్ నాట్ అక్కర్. ఐస్ ముక్కల్లానే ఉంటాయి తప్ప వాటర్గా మారదు. సో ఇన్ దిస్ కేస్ an amount of heat required in the form of the specific heat, that is what we require. Heat is absorbed in the form of specific heat by the ice to change its temperature from minus 15 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius without change its state. That is what called. Next. In this case, there is already this ice cubes is at 0 degrees Celsius. Now, if further when we give heat energy to this ice cubes, then what happens? So then the heat energy is absorbed by the ice blocks, is changes into the water, but the temperature does not change. It is at 0 degrees Celsius. Now the amount of heat absorbed by this water is in the form of latent heat. That is dq is equal to m into m. You see here, heat was absorbed in the form of latent heat by the ice to change its state from ice into the water at a constant temperature 0 degrees Celsius. అంటే 0 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ వద్ద అక్కడే ఉంటుంది. మనం హీట్ ఎనర్జీ ఇస్తూ ఉంటే ఐస్ బ్లాక్స్ అన్నీ కూడా వాటర్గా మారిపోతాయి అన్నమాట. ఎట్ 0 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్. వాట్ అబౌట్ థర్డ్ స్టెప్? Now the temperature of the water is 0 degrees Celsius. Again we give some heat energy. Now again starts the temperature from 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. But water state cannot change. మనం 0 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఇంకా హీట్ ఎనర్జీ ఇస్తే ఆ వాటర్ రూపంలోనే ఉంటుంది కానీ whose temperature is going to 100 degrees Celsius without changes state. Now in this case also an amount of heat absorbed by the water in the form of specific heat, because there is only change in temperature, there is no state change. స్టేట్ చేంజ్ లేదు కాబట్టి ఓన్లీ టెంపరేచర్ పెరుగుతుంది కాబట్టి హియర్ ఆల్సో వి విల్ యూజ్ ద ఫార్ములా dq is equal to mcdt. That's enough. And what about fourth step? Now the water temperature is reached 100 degrees Celsius. Even again when we are giving heat energy to this water, the water changes, temperature does not change, but this water changes into the vapor. Of course, this heat energy is absorbed in the form of latent heat. So heat was absorbed in the form of latent heat by the water to change its state from water into the steam at a constant temperature 100 degrees Celsius. So with the temperature is constant, change its state. So now we are using the formula of latent heat. That is dq is equal to ml. That is how much heat absorbed from by the water. So these four steps are compulsory we want to learn to calculate the change in entropy of when ice changes into the steam. Of course, మనమంతా ఇంట్లో వాటర్ వేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు కూడా కదా! శీతాకాలం వచ్చేసరికి బాగా వేడి నీళ్ళు కావాలి. బాగా మసిలిపోతూ ఉంటాయి. ఇంకా పుల్లలు పెట్టి ఉపయోగం లేదు. Because already the temperature of the water is reached 100 degrees Celsius. Even though we are giving some wood to raise the temperature does not increases. But the water is changes into the vapor. అందుకనే బాగా మసులుతూ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఇంకా మనం పొలాలు పెడితే అందులో నీటి మట్టం తగ్గిపోతుంది. వేపర్ అయి పైకి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది తప్ప దాని టెంపరేచర్ ఏం పెరగదు, మనకు ఉపయోగం ఉండదు. So that the temperature, maximum temperature of the water is 100 degrees Celsius. Thereafter, it changes into the vapor. Okay, now we will discuss one by one. Our aim is to calculate the change in entropy of m gram of ice. It is at 0 degrees Celsius. That is not at minus 15 degrees Celsius. మనకి యాక్చువల్గా సిలబస్లో 0 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ నుంచే ఉంది కాబట్టి -50 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ మనం ఉపయోగించాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. So now it is at my 0 degrees Celsius and it is a steam at 100 degrees Celsius. That is what we are taking. 0 degrees Celsius is taken as a T1 Kelvin and 100 degrees Celsius is taken as T2 Kelvin. How much substance there? What is first step? Amount of heat required to change the state of ice into the water at T1 Kelvin is. Because this is already at 0 degrees Celsius, that is in ice state. When we give some heat energy to this ice changes into the water at a 0 degrees Celsius. Here a state of change occurs. ఏమవుతుంది అక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ 0 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ వద్ద ఉంది కాబట్టి మనం హీట్ ఎనర్జీ ఇస్తే ఐస్ స్టేట్ నుంచి వాటర్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. That is nothing but when we are giving heat energy in the form of latent heat. That is the dq1 is equal to ml1. Of course, my m is the mass of the ice, L1 is the latent heat of fusion. L1 is the latent heat of fusion. And of course, this is some heat energy is required to change the state from ice into the water. What about second step? Now, change in entropy, we know that is the ds is equal to dq by t formula. That is the dq is equal to ml1. That is the change in entropy. Delta S1 is equal to dq is written by ml1, where temperature is at 0 degrees Celsius, that is T1 Kelvin is designated as T1 Kelvin. So this is the change in entropy when ice changes into the water at a T1 Kelvin only. Now what about the second step? In second step, an amount of heat required to change the temperature by dt is we know dq and mc dt. Here the temperature is already water temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. Now when heat is given to that system, that is water, its temperature is reached to 100 degrees Celsius, that is T2 Kelvin. Now we will use the formula specific heat. Now the change in entropy, whose temperature is changing from T1 to T2, that is delta T S2 is equal to integration D1 to T2 dq by t. Just simple formula, that is the ds is equal to dq by t. Of course, there is a temperature is variable, so that we are taking integration whose limits from T1 to T2. But we know what is dq? dq value is mc dt. When you substitute this mc dt, that is the change in entropy. Delta S2 is equal to integration T1 to T2 mc dt by t. We know m is constant, that is mass. C is constant, that is specific heat. There is only dt by t. What is we know? Integration dt by t is equal to log t. Integration d by dt by t is equal to log t to the base to the base c. That is taken as a natural log t. When we substitute these limits, that is mc log t2 by t1. Of course, we may write that is in terms of to the base 10 also. That is delta S2 is equal to 2.3026 mc log t2 by 2 to the base 10 we may write. Of course, no need here. That is the change in entropy when what is temperature is changing from T1 to T2. What about third case? In third case, the amount of heat energy required to change state from water into the steam. Now the water temperature is 100 degrees Celsius, that is taken as T2 Kelvin. Now if any amount of heat is required is given to that water, it is changes into the steam. So again an amount of heat is absorbed by this water in the form of latent heat. That is dq3 is equal to ml2. Maybe it is taken as dq3, whatever it is. Deg Q3 is equal to mL2. What is this L2? We know that is also latent heat of vapor. There is two latent heats we observe. One is latent heat of fusion, that is when it is changing from solid state to the liquid state. This is the latent heat of vapor. It is changing from liquid state into the vapor state. Now, what is this change in entropy? That is the change in entropy. Delta S3 is equal to, we know, dq by t formula. That is dq is equal to mL2. That is mL2 by T2. So this is the change in entropy when water change into the steam at a T2 Kelvin. So this is enough actually. These three steps only we have. Now total, what is the total change in entropy? When ice change into the steam, that is total change in entropy delta S is equal to delta S1 plus delta S2 plus delta S3. Delta S1 plus delta S2 plus delta S3. Of course, what is delta S1? That is, we know, mL1 by T1. What is delta S2? MC log T2 by T1. Delta S3 is equal to mL2 by T2. So that is the total change in entropy when ice changes into the steam. Am I any doubts? ఎవరైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడిగండి, ఇంకొకసారి చెప్పుకుందాం. ఓకేనా?